Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5:30.
One person is sent to the hospital today after breathing in toxic fumes of anhydrous ammonia. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Emergency management crews responded to the leak that was near Highways 10 and 336. It was just east of Dilworth around 10 this morning. Valley News Team's Cornelius Hocker explains why keeping people away was important for the safety and well-being of everyone who travels in that area.
Anhydrous has a great affinity for water.
That attraction to water is why the Glendon Fire Department and other emergency management agencies made the decision to shut down Highway 336.
A fitting or a pipe is something let loose for these tanks, and it was spewing out in the open on the ground.
In large amounts, anhydrous ammonia can kill a person, but breathing in just a small amount of it can cause burning of the eyes, nose, and throat, something a railroad worker found out today.
There was one railroad person that was injured. He was up, I believe, on the tracks and drove through the plume of anhydrous.
Once news of this broke on Facebook, some people chimed in saying it was bad for the environment, comparing it to what happens when an oil pipeline breaks. However, that's not the case. Anhydrous ammonia is used all the time by farmers to fertilize their soil, and there's only a problem if the anhydrous ammonia leaks out of the high-pressure tanks. Once it's finished leaking, it dissolves into the air, leaving no lasting impact. Christine?
Thanks, Cornelius. Glendon Fire Chief Chuck Nuss says tanks can leak from time to time, but says it's very rare and something people shouldn't worry about. The Kittson County Sheriff's Department is asking for your help in finding the driver of this green Ford pickup truck. Surveillance footage caught the driver of the vehicle pulling up to a gasoline tank and then proceeded to steal a gas at a rural residence near Karlstad. Now, take a look at this. The owner saw the theft was happening, so he went outside to confront the person stealing the gas, and then the suspect hurried to get back into the truck and then drove off. The Kittson County Sheriff's Department says if you have any information on this case, you're asked to give them a call. Moorhead police say charges are being filed against these two brothers in connection with a 4-hour-long standoff in South Moorhead yesterday afternoon. They are identified as Hector Antonio Flores and Hector Lionel Flores. Police say both have very extensive criminal records. 3 other people were also taken into custody, but then were later released. Take a look at this video from the incident yesterday. A child was also in the home and has been placed with social services. Lieutenant Tori Jacobson says police confiscated a .22 caliber rifle following those arrests. As always, be sure to stay with Valley News Live for more on this developing story. Well, today was quiet, but there's a few clouds, nothing major, it seems. Robert, what can we expect for tonight?
Yeah, those clouds hung tough, and that held temperatures down into the 40s and 50s across the region. But we'll see those clouds go away as we head through the overnight hours, and then by tomorrow morning, more cloudiness, and we'll see some partly cloudy skies as we head through your Wednesday, and some mild temperatures once again. There are your cloud cover, and there is some rain well off to the south, and it's going to stay well off toward the south. We're going to see some dry conditions as we wrap up the week. Some mid-40s to mid to upper 50s across the region. And winds today much lighter than they were yesterday and anticipated to remain light as we head through tonight and through the day tomorrow. Here in Fargo, we're going to stay dry as we head through the evening. We'll see mostly clear skies, some light winds, some low 50s at 7 and down into the upper 40s by 8 and 9 o'clock. We'll continue with above normal temperatures as we head through the next 7 days, and we've also got some rain chances on there as well. We'll detail all that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right. Thanks, Robert.
I could see him go to the side door. I didn't see the man or anything, but I could see the fear in their eyes. They were terrified.
2 Minnesota parents are angry and warning others to be aware. This is after they say a man answered the door to trick-or-treaters while being naked. It happened around 6:30 last night on Riverside Avenue in Park Rapids, Minnesota. A parent with the children and reported it to police right away. She says it ruined the evening for the 3 children. Park Rapids police are still investigating, and they say they cannot confirm at this point whether or not the man was naked.
I don't think my kids were the only one unless there were some kids without parents there, and he did that and they got scared and they ain't saying nothing.
Coming up tonight on Valley News Live at 6, hear more from the parents about what exactly happened and if police can charge someone for answering the door naked. The search for a missing man from Cass County, Minnesota is over. Police say they found the body of 66-year-old Kenneth Gale. He was reported missing on October 25th after an overturned canoe was found on Leech Lake. That's located here, just about 120 miles east of Fargo. Gail was from Federal Dam, Minnesota. The brother of the St. Cloud Mall attacker has been released from prison, but he remains in custody of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE. Just days ago, Abdullahi Adan changed his plea after being arrested on drug charges. He was sentenced to just under a year probation and let go. But there was an ICE detainer issued for Adan because of his immigration status. Since he was charged with felonies, it could affect his immigration status. Adan was also part of a group of inmates suing the Cass County Jail after alleging they fed pork without knowing it. The North Dakota Highway Patrol wants to know who poured motor oil all over the front of the Capitol building last night. Take a look at this. Investigators say the oil was poured on the doors, sidewalk, and walls. The vandals left a sign that said, "You can't drink oil," a possible reference to the North Dakota Access Pipeline controversy. If you have any information on this incident, you were asked to call the Highway Patrol at 701-328-2455. That number is on your screen. Nearly every state is asking the Department of Homeland Security to help protect their election systems against cyber threats. With election day just 1 week away, we're investigating and asking, how secure is your vote? Washington Bureau Chief Jacqueline Policastro talked to the expert.
Good morning. How are you?
A warm welcome, swift check-in, short line, and easy-to-use machines. The perfect voting experience. But this election, amid rigging claims, some voters are adding security to that list.
It's almost impossible for someone to try to access our system.
Voting machines are never connected to the internet. They're highly regulated. And this year, 80% of votes will be backed up on paper.
We have various contingency plans in place to make sure that everything is safe and that everyone's ballot is counted and is counted correctly.
Local election officials across the country say they're doing everything they can to keep your vote safe. But cybersecurity experts tell us there's no such thing as a 100% safe vote.
Well, there's no system that is 100% secure. Whether it's your smartphone, whether it's a bank system, but I can tell you there are multiple checks and balances in place to ensure that each voter's ballot is counted as they cast it.
The Department of Homeland Security is working with local polling sites to scan for attempts to hack voter registration databases or websites. If a hacker gets in, they could manipulate your personal information and create confusion on Election Day.
Especially when you consider there are about 10,000 different election jurisdictions in the United States. It'd be very hard to hack into each one of them. There's no one single point of entry. You'd have to find an entry point into each one of them. It's just very, very difficult for anyone to do that on a scale that would make any difference.
And with all the added attention, experts say they expect the 2016 election to be the most secure ever. Reporting in Washington, I'm Jacqueline Policastro.
Some of the voting machines used across the country are more than 10 years old, and their touchscreens can malfunction. You should always double check your ballot before you submit it. MNsure's open enrollment today did not get off to a smooth start. The website crashed around 11:30 this morning. MNsure tweeted out that several state agency sites are down and then offered links to other sites that users might have better luck with. The latest issue from MNsure follows the 55% increase for costs for policyholders. Healthcare providers like Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota believe the hikes are necessary due to escalating medical prices. The Fargo Police Department is suspending its appearance policy for the month of November to support 2 Moorhead officers battling cancer. Chief David Todd says Operation No Shave November is now in effect. For a donation, men can grow a mustache or beard, and women can paint their nails police blue or have a thin blue line in their hair. As you can see in this picture, the beards are nicely growing in. The proceeds will go to help Officer Shank and Detective Larson with the Moorhead Police Department, both of whom are battling cancer. Grand Forks Police and Sheriff's deputies are also taking part to raise money for a family member of one of their officers. Remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook so you can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day. Warm up with a cup of joe from one business that's been in the area for more than 20 years. North Star Coffee has 4 locations around the Fargo area. An owner says it's thanks to customers they've been around for so long. The shop not only will serve coffee hot or cold, but makes their own syrup flavors in-house, like toasted marshmallow and peanut butter. The owner says its unique flavor and smiling employees, it makes that team so special.
It's the customers that have kept us here. I mean, a lot of coffee shops have come and gone, and we have prevailed, and it's because of these long-term customers. And our new ones, too.
For locations and hours, we have a link to their Facebook page at valleynewslive.com. Just click on our hot button. Amazon didn't want to wait until November 25th to showcase its Black Friday deals. That's still ahead tonight.
We saw some cloud cover today and some cool to mild temperatures, but we'll see more sunshine as the week wears on. Along with that, some warmer temperatures. Your forecast details, including a sneak peek at the weekend forecast, coming out right after this.